Hello pilots and welcome back to another X-Wing flight video brought to you by Out of Art Gaming. Today we have round 2 of the South Coast series hosted by Entoyment at the BIC, and we have a salvage mission on our hands. 2 Scum players going head to head to try and get all that juicy loot and see who comes out on top. But joining me to go through this we have...
Hi guys, it's Amy.
Hey Amy, welcome back. I know you don't play much Scum, but you know what? It's good to see what you might be coming up against, right?
Yeah, it's good. And to be honest, Scum are basically space pirates. I like space pirates. It's all good.
I mean, I don't even think it's basically space pirates. I think they are space pirates, and they are a really cool faction. But let's have a look and see what we've actually got to talk about today. So we have Ben versus Ben. So Ben on the left is flying the Mandalorian with Fearless, the Child, L337, Greedo, Contraband Cybernetics, and the Razor Crest. He also has Leema Kai in the Y-Wing with Dorsal Turrets and Proton Torpedoes, and Manaroo in the Jumpmaster with Notorious, Gar Saxon, Contraband Cybernetics, Punishing One, and R5P8. And rounding out the list, we have Kanan Jarrus in the Hawk. This was obviously his pre-rebellion days because he's teamed up with Maul, which is an interesting combination that if you see the TV show, you probably would not see coming. And what's Benji got for us today?
So Benji has got Cad Bane with Marksmanship, Proton Cannons, Concussion Missiles, Contraband Cybernetics, Engine Upgrade, Xanadu Blood, and Zuckuss. Gonna take a slight breath there.
Yeah.
Viktor Hel with Marksmanship, Proton Cannons, Concussion Missiles, Contraband Cybernetics, and an Engine Upgrade. Rook Kast with Notorious, Qi'ra, Gar Saxon, Mandalorian Optics, Contraband Cybernetics, and Swivel Wing, and Laetin A'shera with a Iron Cannon.
So a lot of upgrades there on those rogues. You can really pack them out, and they are cool ships. I hadn't actually got around to flying them at this point, but seeing them on the board was really cool. And just down, hidden in the corner at the moment, we do have a really nicely painted gauntlet. Hopefully that'll peek out from behind the overlay so we can really get a good look at it a little bit later on. But it's really nice to see some classic named pilots on the board there. Cad Bane in his rogue class. Always going to be fun to see how he gets on. And Kanan Jarrus in the Hawk. I mean, we've seen it on the board quite a few times. That's a ridiculously annoying ship to come up against, I'm not going to lie, with its ability to drop an attack dice if the defender is within its firing arc. And that's not even like range 0 to 1, that's just in its firing arc, spend a force, you're doing 1 less dice. That's just absolutely crazy. It's so frustrating to come up against, and he's always hidden towards the back, so hard to get rid of. But wow. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the gauntlet does, because it just looks so cool.
Yeah, I have to admit, I've not seen the gauntlet yet, and I haven't seen the Razor Crest fly yet, and I've not seen which one's Cad Bane's? Is that the gauntlet? Is that Viktor Hel's?
Viktor Hel and Cad Bane are the rogues in the middle on the right hand side, so that's for the dual pack.
Right.
Again, very new ships, not seen much play yet, but I actually came up against both these lists at the South Coast series, and I'm not going to lie, they're bits from those lists that I've gone, I might have to try those because they were good fun. And there is Kanan picking up the first objective of the game. So hoping to score some good points there and supporting his squadron. Obviously, just a reminder for you, those of you that haven't played Salvage Mission that much, from turn 2, you can spend an action to pick up one of the cargo crates. That will then be on your ship, and you'll be towing that until you lose it. When you are towing, you cannot boost, barrel roll, slam, or perform the cloak action. And additionally, if you suffer a crit damage, you immediately drop that token. So it's great to get it, scoring points, but you've got to be aware of which ship is picking it up, because if you've got a ship that likes to be really nimble, towing, I mean, anyone who's towed in real life knows that you're not very nimble when you're towing something, so it's just the same in a spaceship as well, really. But all those rogues are coming in aggressive there.
They are.
Probably hoping to get their Proton Cannon off in the bullseye, especially with their Dead to Rights ability, meaning that they really mess you up. While you perform an attack, if the defender is in your bullseye, defense dice cannot be modified using green tokens.
I've literally just read that as you were saying it, and that alongside marksmanship. Wow.
Yeah.
Just wow.
Marksmanship and the Proton Cannons, which again, bullseye, range 2 to 3, 4 dice, attack, spend 2 charges, change 1 focus or hit result to a crit result. So, I mean, that is just ridiculous, especially when you can't modify off the back of that. It's just crazy. I mean, you can obviously use the force and you've got elusive, but you can't spend your focuses or evades on that. So they are a really good upgrade, really good for going in and getting those kills. But I think that Left Ben is ignoring them because he seems to be angling all in on the big boy in the bottom right-hand corner there.
Yeah. I keep forgetting how big that big boy is.
It's absolutely ridiculous how big that ship is. But that looks like it's Mando going in there using Fearless and the target lock. Only 2 crits, but they're going through. So that's 2 shields off of Rook straight away. But he is doing a cheeky Notorious. Oh, that was a Proton Torpedo, sorry, from Leema Kai. Here's the Mando taking his shot. Bit disappointing. Only two crits off the Proton Torpedo. You'd definitely be hoping for a bit more than that. And that's an awkward roll. You could spend the force with the child, or you could just try and re-roll them with the target lock. The child is a tricky one because you can't recover his force. That's even more frustrating there. So using the Mando's ability and using both force and then using Greedo to turn that into a crit. Not a bad idea, to be honest. Definitely pushing some damage through on Rook there. And they both go through, and there was a fuel leak there as well. That is incredibly annoying to get so early on such a high hull ship there with 9 hull.
Yeah.
And looks like we've got Cad shooting into Manaroo. Oh, and I think we're going to see our first Proton Cannons. Oh, and there's a force charge spent on Kanan to drop that down by dice, but that is
a very good roll.
Yeah, marksmanship, proton cannon, triple crit. Very fortunate to get the evade there, so not completely annihilating Manaroo so quickly. Those proton cannons, they're really interesting and really quite powerful. Manaroo being really cheeky, using Gar Saxon there to take that red token away to get an additional dice. Especially when that red token wasn't even his red token. Oh, that's big. 2 hits and a crit. And Ben is going to get greedy using R5P8 to reroll. Oh, that's not good for Rook, because that's gonna translate into 4 damage there because of the crit, and fuel leaking another one through.
That's not what you want.
No, and
it's such a pretty ship.
Yeah,
why do you want to damage it?
I mean, it is worth 7 points, so it's a very expensive ship on the board. And the dual arc can be really annoying. So, but it suffers with the same thing that most large base ships have, which is not a lot of evade dice. Although it does better than most with evade dice. It actually has 2, which for a large base ship is absolutely insane. I'm trying to think of any other large base ship.
Because I know the Decimator doesn't have any. The Ghost has 1. Is it the Ghost has 1?
Ooh, Ghost has 0. Jumpmaster has 2. But there's not a lot of large base ships that have more than 1, unless you're cheating in some way. I'm just actually having a quick look. If any faction are going to get it, it'll be Scum. So the Bounty Bus only has 1. Oh, some nice cheeky evades in there. And that looks like we're coming up to the end of turn 2. So first set of points. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Gotta double check just in case. I mean, it was definitely outside of range 3. But end of round 2, obviously Rook Kast has taken an absolute pounding there, but it's still only 1 point apiece with both having 1 objective. Manaroo's just hiding that 1 at the bottom there. He hasn't taken it. But this looks like an ideal point to... You got a fair amount of strains in there, so could be a good point to try and go in on Mandalorian and Leema Kai, but Manaroo's right in the way. Yeah, very strong opening engagement there.
Oh, they're really going in for it.
Yeah. That is... The interesting thing is, I don't think the Razor Crest is going to be able to do much there. Could try for the 5k, but needs to hope that Rook moves somewhere, because the 5k is going to be incredibly tight.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the dial for Gauntlet. Just trying to think what he doesn't even have any K turns, which it's not surprising with a large ship, but
yeah, I mean, it does have the Swivel Wing, so just like the U-Wing, when the wings are up, you can do a 0 and turn 90 or 180. So that's its version of a K turn. And it does have the dual arc, which does make it a bit better. It's only 2 out the back, but a dual arc is still pretty darn cool. And just doing a small nudge forward. I don't know what its actual move was looking to be, but it clearly wouldn't have cleared anyway. So if Mando's doing a 5k, will that even fit? That is the question. I think he's just going to be bumping straight into Manaroo. What is... Oh, Cad Bane is coming in to see what he can do. I don't think either of them were expecting Manaroo to be quite where she is. Even Ben probably didn't expect her to end up just there.
She is in a very awkward position.
I mean, that's what Manaroo does. Manaroo just gets in the way. Normally my way, because I'm normally flying against Manaroo. She can just be an absolute pain sometimes.
I don't think I've actually flown up against her. No, I'm not sure I have. No. I've seen her be flown, but I've never flown against her.
I've come up against a fair few jump masters. And Manaroo's a decent amount of points. 5 points, not too expensive for a large base ship. So it doesn't take up a huge amount of your total list. And you can get some good upgrades on there. Oh, the 5k doesn't fit.
Oh.
It was
so
darn
close.
Yeah. So that's bumping into Manaroo. So will the Mando scratch the paintwork? Doesn't look like it. But luckily, Leema is not going to fall foul of that trap. One of the biggest issues right now is 3 out of 4 of Ben's ships are staring at the gauntlet. The gauntlet only has 3 health, so if the gauntlet goes down super quick, then they're not going to have any other shots. But they kind of want the gauntlet to go down super quick because they don't want to have to spend all their... Yeah, that could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch.
2 hits and a crit. Oh, 1 flying out and spending the red focus. Well, that's hit crit. What is the crit? It's a reroll. Reroll for the strain. So actually rolled too many dice there. So that is Rook Kast down. A big 7 point spend. And it was another fuel leak, which I don't think really makes much difference. But that does mean that there isn't much else to do there now. Mando and Manaroo have now not got shots. No bullseye shot from Cad Bane, so just going for that range 1 onto Manaroo, which I think is a good option. Manaroo has already taken some damage, so if you can get some more in there, just a crit and all the evades that Ben could want. It's interesting because Benji is actually, despite losing the gauntlet, positionally, he's not in a bad spot because he can get in behind Ben now, and there is one going through on Kanan. Yeah, he can get in behind Ben and really chase him down. I mean, Manaroo could do a sloop. Leema can obviously turn in, but the Razor Crest, he's going to have a bit of a hard time because he doesn't have a great set of blues on his dial.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to take the scenic route.
Yeah.
Maybe sit a round or two out.
Just obviously not ideal. And Laetin finally getting in there, range 3 onto Kanan. Good choice to take some shots at Kanan, actually, because he can be an absolute nightmare. But he's got that focus to ignore that, so yeah, Kanan is just an absolute pain, to be honest, with his ability. But good, strong round there for Ben. Plenty of points. Manaroo did pick up that other objective, so 10-2 there. 7 big points by taking down the gauntlet. But while we're waiting for round 3 to get started, just want to remind you guys, if you do like what we're doing here at Art of Art Gaming, you can support us on Patreon. The link for that is in the description below. Ooh, just closing that net off there with the M3. It's quite nice when all the action is actually down at the bottom of the screen, because half the time I find all the action is right at the top and it's really hard to see, but it's all there right in front of us today, which is really good. It looks like Manaroo is just going round. Where is Manaroo's turret pointing, I'm wondering?
Struggling to see.
Yeah, it's hidden under the ship, unfortunately. I think it's still pointing forward. So possibly debating rotating that. Was debating the barrel roll, that remembered he's got an objective, so if Manaroo tried to barrel roll, would have to jettison that objective. Ooh, that's unfortunately aggressive there from Kanan, misjudging where that gas cloud is and landing straight on it, so getting a strain. Does he ion? No, absolutely fine. Won't be able to shoot there though, which I'm pretty sure that Benji is going to be quite happy about, getting a nice range 1 shot there. What's Cad doing? Nice. Really harrying those ships down there. I like it. Road class really showing off. It's quite fun dial there, to be honest.
So surprised how many blues it's actually got on its dial.
Yeah. Also, its action bar is impressive as well. I mean, focus to boost, focus to barrel roll, evade to barrel roll, target lock and boost. It's just really good. And obviously with Cad Bane having Xanadu Blood, gets access to the cloak as well. And also Viktor Hel actually fit that. Wow, that is impressive. This is definitely a bad spot there, because looking at it, I think Cad and Viktor both have their proton cannons fully locked and fully loaded, ready to unleash. Although Cad is a bit too close for it, unfortunately, because it's range 2 to 3. So actually, I wonder if Viktor's too close now as well. And that's quite nice there to see, actually. Benji was reminding Ben that because he's in bullseye, when Cad and Viktor will take a shot at the Mando, the evade won't make any difference. So he's saying, look, evade's not going to help. Did you want to take another action? So, in the midst of a tournament, nice little bit of fair play like that, always welcome to see. So good work there, Benji. I got a good call there from Leema, turning in. I think with Manaroo and Mando, there wasn't a huge amount they could do to counteract that, so... Nice big range one coming here from Leema. Who will it be going into, Viktor or Cad? So just the ones that went into Viktor there. And range one. And marksmanship, nice. Ooh. So that is 2 damage going through, 2 shields off of the Mandalorian. Does mean he gets a force back from the child though, so that is handy. And I think we're seeing some protons from Viktor there. But here's a sneaky one, L337 being flipped, meaning that Ben has to re-roll all of those. And it does now give the Mando some blue banks. Still 2 crits going through though. Is that wounded pilot? Blinded pilot. But all force back there. Gaining those target locks for being marked there with the child. Now let's see what Laetin can do. I think this is an... So that was 2 hits and a crit in there. Is that Ion? Yes, Ion cannon there. I almost guarantee that Ben wished he'd done a regular attack there, pushing all that damage in, but ionizing Kanan to just get him a little bit further out of the fight, again, a great idea there. Because it gets him further away from all his crew, and also keeping that arc facing the other way so he can't turn it around and utilize Kanan's ability. Great plan there. I still think quite a solid turn there from Benji. Still trailing in the points, but getting some good damage in whilst he's got the opportunity, and he only lost 1 shield that entire round. Ooh. M3 doing a K-turn, which you can still do whilst you are towing. And does that template go over the gas cloud there? No, it does not. So that's pretty good there for Ben. Obviously, with the new Ion rules update, you can do a one bank or one straight when you're Ioned now. So they are nowhere near as devastating as they used to be. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure if it was the one straight, Kanan would have been going back over that again. Ah, there's the sloop we were waiting for. With a Contraband Cybernetics trigger. Looks like maybe Cad and Viktor have been baited into a trap there. Oh, Cad's gone a bit too tight. He's hit that gas cloud. That is unfortunate there.
It is.
He had a great bullseye lined up on Manaroo as well. So this is not going to be going quite to plan. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh.
Viktor turning away there, possibly hoping to bump Leema Kai.
Yeah, I think possibly.
Oh, Mando doing a stop. So doing it too hard. Does Leema clear there? That is going to be... If Leema clears, that's going to be rather frustrating for Viktor. Wow, and it looks like Leema did clear that. So I'm wondering if we're going to see... Ooh, Dorsal Turret backwards. Okay. Going for the bigger points there. I thought it would have just gone straight in for Laetin there. But... no, it looks like going all in on either Cad or Viktor. I think Cad would be the ideal target there. Strain and then 2 shots in on him. Well, that's unfortunate. Blank and 2 focuses with no tokens to change it. I think we might be seeing another ion cannon from Laetin into Kanan. Spending the focus absolutely fine. And then just Manaroo to finish us off. Spending Gar Saxon, get rid of the strain. R5 P8, nothing. And 1 damage going through on Cad Bane. I genuinely think that Benji didn't go as badly from as I was expecting there, so still trading quite drastically in the points, 14-4 there in the Mandalorian squadron's favour. And I think unfortunately the rogue classes might be a little bit out of position now.
They're going to have to do some serious turning to get back in.
Yeah, they definitely work really well when you've got them actually combining together. So I know obviously they don't have any abilities that link up with each other, but again, having 2 ships with the same upgrades, same dial and everything, same initiative, flying together is incredibly powerful. I mean, dead to rights, that's just a ridiculously good ability. Really capitalizing on all of the tricks that they have. Marksmanship, Proton Cannons, dead to rights, just... yeah, it's just brutal. Manaroo coming in to say hello there. Very tight down in that bottom corner. Ooh, nice K-turn there from Cad Bane. Contraband Cybernetics trigger, definitely good. Is he catching him in bullseye though? That's the question.
I'm hoping he has. It does look like it from this angle, but
as we know, it's really hard to see it on camera with the angles. Ooh. The sloop there from... Oh, sorry, the talon roll from Viktor. That is nice. I like that. Is Leema going to squeak through another move? No. Going straight into Laetin there. Now curious as to what Mando is doing, where he's going to end up. Because he doesn't have a lot of space. Oh, it's another bump.
oh,
I mean, gets him a fairly good position on Cad, but it's not ideal. It's not what you want. So, because if that's 2 bullseyes in on Manaroo, potentially looking at checking the dorsal turret out of range there. Oh, that's a good range 0 shot. Taking off that shield on Laetin there. So yeah, Mando going for Cad. Hit crit.
bad roll. Oh,
Oh, oh, all right then. I mean, Cad's not gonna lie, he's gonna love that. And here is a Proton. Oh, does he go for Mando? That's the question.
don't do it. He's got a child on board.
I mean, he shot first.
Yeah, true.
I mean, Mando is worth more points. I mean, I'd be checking Cad first to see if... Oh, looks like it is going for Mando, so... Does Kanan reach? Can Kanan... Yeah, I think Kanan managed to reach and use his ability.
Ooh.
Spending the charge, so... Must not have had it in bullseye. Oh, sorry, you can spend the force. I didn't even say that earlier. And Cad does catch in the bullseye, but I don't think it's going to be a Proton. Ooh. Okay, so that was actually on Mando by the look of it. So that's 2 down to 4 hull on Mando. Kanan really making his points worth there and dropping those shots down to really save Mando. That was exactly how Kanan is played. Blooming annoying. Ooh, so I think they've just realised that one of the dice. Well, something's happened there and they've flipped over the direct hit. I'm not entirely sure why. It looks like something to do with the damage cards, but again, these players are obviously really good. They always make sure that if something is missed, they pick it up and make sure it is accurate. And Cad Bane using his ability to transfer his stress token over to the Mando. Let's see. Laetin having another pop at Kanan. Does he spend the focus, knowing that I'm pretty sure it's an ion cannon, so he's only going to take 1 damage? Yeah, it doesn't want to be ioned, so. Manaroo looking menacingly at Viktor there. Going to be at range 3 and using Gar Saxon again, which is a brilliant ability. The only problem is shooting range 3 into Viktor does mean Manaroo is going to get another stress because Viktor will be rolling 3 green dice. Only the 1 hit, that's not ideal. Does he use that last R5 P8 charge? He's absolutely fine. Ooh, that's a nice shot into Cad there. I got the crit going through, I think. No, it looks like just a normal damage. But we've got a double stressed Manaroo, a stressed Mando, a stressed Leema. But the only ships on the table that aren't stressed are Cad Bane and Kanan. So there's going to be some interesting manoeuvres coming up here to see where everyone ends up.
What about Laetin? I don't think Laetin's stressed.
Oh no, Laetin's not stressed either, yeah. But not... I mean, the points difference is ramping up 16-5 in the Mandalorian's favour. So Benji has got to be careful. Manaroo suffering a damage there for bumping into the Mando. And Cad just going straight into the back of Manaroo. Do we then see Viktor go straight into the back of Mando, I wonder? No.
Oh.
He managed to find the brakes a little bit there. But that's a nice position there. I mean, if the Mando hasn't cleared, then that is ideal. Oh, he hasn't just cleared that, has he? That would be absolutely ridiculous. I would be so impressed if Mando does clear that.
It's Mando. He can do anything. I bet he has cleared it.
It looks like he has. Wow.
Oh, wow.
If Cad had done a straight instead... Oh, hold on. He has cleared... Wow, I am very impressed there. That is some great flying there from Mando.
That was great.
And obviously with L337 flip, that's a blue maneuver as well, so it clears the stress. I mean, it does put him right in front of Laetin there. And I do think that Manaroo is not going to have a great day right now. Oh, cheeky barrel roll. Yep. Making that a... Oh, Viktor does have a shot, but it's not a great shot. Will Mando one-shot Laetin and get her off the board? I reckon rotate there. Unless that arc's already pointing that way. I think it actually is. Oh, no, take the objective. Again, I think a good option could just round it off there and take everything. So... Three hits and a crit there. 2 hits, 2 crits with Greedo into Laetin. That is incredibly powerful. Oh, gotta spend that. What are the crits gonna be? Direct hit. That's Laetin gone. Ouch.
Oh, I love direct hit.
Oh, that's a real shame there. It was always going to be tough for Laetin to survive both Leema and Mando taking shots, but if she could have taken out the Mando. But that's big. That's another 3 points. That means that Ben has got this now because he's got 2 objectives as well. So focus, crit, evade come through. Kanan doing super annoying Kanan things, but we do have a Proton Cannon coming in. So Marksmanship, Proton Cannon, double crit. So just... Oh, all the crits coming through on Manaroo. Structural damage, loose stabilizer. Yeah, a lot of damage in there, but still somehow surviving it. But there is that canister drop from having the crit go through there. Not that I think that that's really going to damage Ben's chances. It was a great play there, obviously, for Leema to pick up that cargo earlier. Fairly big shot, one evade. Who was that going into? Viktor. range 1 from Manaroo using Gar Saxon to great effect. And the final shot is looking like it's going to be coming from Kanan, which comes to nothing, but that is going to be it there. So totting the points up. On the money, 20 points there for, well, 21 points there for the Mando and Ben. And 6 points in the end there for Benji, obviously with Laetin going down and dropping that canister. It's a bit of, I think that score is almost a little bit harsh on Benji. I think that score he did a lot better than that score actually tells us. And I think sometimes that's one of the things that does happen with the new objectives. That score obviously looks very devastating and quite impactful, but I think he did actually fly that quite well. I mean, if we were looking back in prior to 2.5, I mean, there's half points on Kanan, half points on Manaroo, half points on Mandalorian. That would be a lot more points that Ben would have totted up there. So, all in all, really good game. Unfortunate to see Rook Kast go down so quickly, but those rogue class did a really good job there. So, well done to both players, and well done to Ben and the Mandalorians for winning that one. But Amy, I hope you enjoyed that, seeing the Razor Crest on the board. Obviously, it is a really cool ship and it's great to see it.
I did, yeah. It was a really interesting game. I've not actually seen a game since the points changes, and also not actually seen a game with objectives like this one. I mean, I've seen Legion, but unfortunately I've not seen it in X-Wing yet. So it was really interesting to watch. And yeah, as you said, Benji flew amazingly well. Well, they both did. They both flew amazingly well. So yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah. I mean, the objectives, I like them, to be honest. I mean, Salvage Mission is probably my least favourite of them, but I think they're actually quite good. It gives the game a different flavour. Again, as we've said in other commentaries, you don't have to play the objectives. I mean, most of Ben's points there came from kills rather than objectives, so you can still play it both ways. But all in all, great game there. So that was round 2. But Amy, thank you very much for joining us for that one.
Thank you very much for having me back.
No worries. But guys, thank you very much for watching once again. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, link for the Patreon in the description below, and we will be back for round 3 of the South Coast series very shortly.